Okay, everyone. I think we'll get started now. I'm sure there'll probably be a few more people that join, but don't want to waste any more time at the beginning here. So thanks everyone for joining this first webinar. This is the first of two, and this one's called Hike Refresher. So essentially what we're going to do now, or what I'm going to go through, is just take you through really the fundamental parts of Hike, just in case there's anyone here who wants to make sure that they haven't missed any key features that perhaps they're not utilizing, or just want to refresh, make sure they're doing everything correctly. So I'm going to go through that now. The next webinar, titled Hike for Pros, essentially what I'll do in that is I'll go through the same sections, but I'll kind of pick up on a couple of the kind of more pro type features, I guess, some of the little special features to help you get more data, extract more data out of Hike, get more value for the websites you've got in there, and ultimately get better SEO. So if you want to join that one as well, you absolutely can. Most people joined up for both, which I thought was a great idea. I'll also be sharing the videos tomorrow. So don't worry if you don't catch all of this or you have to get pulled away. We'll be sharing these videos with you all tomorrow. So yeah, don't feel like you have to take any notes. Okay, cool. So let's get started then. Oh, I suppose one thing just to mention, Kieran and Nadia are going to be managing the chat box. So if you've got any questions as you go along, you'll see that you've been muted. So I've muted everyone just to make this session as smooth as possible. But if you've got any questions throughout the session, please drop them in the chat box where Kieran or Nadia will get back to you and answer your questions. It'd also be really good afterwards if you could post on the Facebook group. If you're a member of the Facebook group, brilliant. If you're not, please join. Search Hike SEO for Startups in Facebook and leave a bit of feedback. Maybe what you think went well, what you think didn't go so well, where we could improve, because there's a real appetite for these. So I think we should start doing these more frequently. So yeah, any feedback would be great. But let's get started. Cool. So obviously I'm on the dashboard here at the moment. So everyone here will when they log into Hike, they'll be taken to this part. So one of the key things that you want to go through, you can look through the dashboard, but I won't be going into the dashboard in more detail. I'll go through the individual pages, but it's quite a good snapshot overview of how everything's going. You've got website performance, you've got your top actions, keywords, some of the more detailed parts. And at the bottom as well, have a look down because we'll have our most recent videos, our most recent blogs. So it's a little bit down at the bottom of the page, but just make sure you have a look. You might find something interesting down there. Now, my recommendation to anyone that just wants to get back started into Hike or, make sure they're doing everything okay is to head over to the strategy. Your SEO strategy is going to define your success from an SEO point of view. Just like any other form of marketing or business, if your strategy isn't correct, then you're going to make changes. You're going to track not the ideal keywords that you want to be going for, competitors you want to be tracking, backlinks you want to be building. So the strategy is really, really key. So spend some time in here. Now, there's 4 key parts. I'm going to take you through them all. First one's keyword ideas. So hopefully everyone here has already been to this page. It's had a couple of facelifts, so it might look a little bit different. But this is where you're going to find the phrases that you want to be at the top of Google for. And this is really, really important, right? There's no point being at the top of Google for a phrase where, okay, it might have a lot of search volume, it might not have a lot of competition, but ultimately your type of customers aren't searching for it because it doesn't relate perfectly to your brand, your services, your products, whatever you want to rank for, whatever you want to drive traffic from. So there's 3 ways in which you can find keywords, but the most easiest one and the simple way that everyone uses is to use this box here. So I'm going to put into here SEO tools because I want to find basically phrases related to SEO tools because we're an SEO tool. So coming up with that first keyword can feel quite difficult sometimes. If you do struggle, just try and think, okay, what services do I offer? How could I break that down? What kind of products do I sell? How could I break that down or categorize it? And just start to throw a few into here and see what comes back. So when you search a keyword, what's going to happen is it's going to be added into this list of all your previous searches. And by the way, if you ever want to see this and you land on this page, you just click this keyword ideas button and it's going to show you all of your previous searches. And then you click on the one that you want, and that then filters all of the results that Hike's returned. So Hike now is returned related phrases. So what you might look at now is go, okay, well, I thought people searched SEO tools, but it turns out they do. But look, they search keyword tools for SEO, and they search SEO keyword tools, small SEO tools, Google tools, SEO checker tools. So there's lots of different variation of what people are searching for. And if they're relevant, and this is the most important thing I say to people, people get very focused on search volume and priority. What is most important is relevancy. Have a look at the relevance of the keyword. So keyword tools is relevant for hike. Let me see. I'm sure there'll be ones here that aren't. So usually free. So free tools. We don't have a free model. So even though it's got a good search volume, it's got a pretty good priority, it's not relevant for us. Always look at relevance as the most important factor when choosing a keyword for your own website. Now, you have a couple of additional pieces of information. You've got search volume and you've got priority. For those that don't know, search volume is a number directly from Google. And what it is it's an average monthly search, number of people that search for that phrase in Google. So keyword tools for SEO, Google say that on average, 1,000 people search for that a month. Now that doesn't mean that it's 1,000 people every month. What they do is they take the annual search volume and they divide it by 12, which makes you think, oh, it's 1,000 people every month. But it could be, the extreme example is Christmas trees. Now the Christmas tree search volume may be 1,000, but almost all of those 12,000 searches over the year are going to come in the later months of the year around Christmas time. January, February, March, probably not so much. So just make sure that you know that it's an average. Priority is a really interesting metric, and use this in conjunction with search volume and relevance for keywords. What priority is going to look at? It's going to look at the search volume. So the bigger the search volume, the better. It's going to look at the difficulty of ranking for that keyword. So the least difficult it is, the better. And then it's going to look, with those two pieces of information, at the current SEO value that you have in your website. So if you've got a really strong SEO value, then you can go for a keyword that's got a high competition. But if you don't have that SEO strength just yet, then you're going to have to go for a keyword with a lower competition, and the priority is going to be reduced for that. So do have a look at it. Use it to help you decide, but look at relevance and look at search volume. And a lot of people ask me, what's the minimum search volume you'd go for? And that's really a difficult question to answer, because for me, it all depends on average order value. So for us guys, we have a low average order value of, $40 per month. So I don't really want to spend a lot of SEO time focusing on a keyword that has less than 100 searches per month, really. However, if I was selling an SEO value, an SEO product, or a product that was worth, thousands upon thousands, a month or a year, then I don't mind trying to rank for a keyword that's only got 50 searches a month, because if I can, 50 searches a month times by 12, that's 600 people a year. If I can get 10% of that and convert them, then that's very much worthwhile. So when it comes to keyword search volume, just think about your average order value and, is it still worthwhile for you? Once you find a keyword that you like, click this little plus button. It's going to add it into your chosen list of phrases. And then what you're going to do there is you're telling Hike, hey Hike, these are the phrases that I want you to help me optimize on my website, because these are the keywords I want to get to the top of Google for. And once you're happy, just press that little save keywords button. What it's going to take you to then, actually just before I show you, you've got the keywords ideas, but don't forget to click on these two at the top here. You've got existing keywords. These are going to be phrases that you already rank for in Google. And if you want to see, so SEO platform, we already rank for it. If you hover over the button here, existing keywords, it will tell you where you rank what position. So we rank in position 22 for that. And then you can click on competitor keywords. You can also filter keywords. So if I just wanted to look for every keyword that mentioned keyword, then what it's going to do is it's going to filter down for those as well. So once you press save keywords, it's then going to take you through to the sitemap page. Now this is a really, really important section. You can build up as big a keyword list as you want, hundreds of keywords. But ultimately, if you don't have a website structure to support those keywords, you're not going to be able to rank for those keywords in Google. So this is a crucial bit. And I think probably where some people get stuck is because it doesn't feel intuitive. So there's a couple of general rules when you're assigning keywords to pages. One, you can only really assign a maximum of 2 keywords per page. And that's what we'd advise. So what you'd do is you'd list out your pages. So you can see I've listed out multiple pages on the website: homepage, agency, startups. You can list out your pages by clicking this button down here. Click add page to sitemap. Now, you can choose from a pre-crawled list of URLs, or you can enter in the URL manually. And then you click add page. Then what you can do is you can say, hey Hike, when someone searches, I use this as an example. When someone searches SEO for small business, I want my small businesses page to rank. Why? because that page is specific to that audience. I've created that page where the content is tailored to convert those types of people. I don't want them landing on the startups page. I don't want them landing on a blog. I don't really want them landing on the homepage, because I've created a page dedicated for small businesses. And this is where you tell Hike that. Now, you can only optimize for 2 keywords. There's a couple of reasons. One, character limits, right? There are certain SEO elements where you've got character limits, metadata, headings. You can't physically put in lots of keywords. But secondly, it's all about providing a better experience to the user. And what Google wants is to promote websites where they've got a dedicated page of dedicated content around a keyword. So imagine I want to rank for SEO for small business, and I've got a small businesses page. But if I didn't, let's say I just had one page on my website where I spoke about SEO software for agencies, SEO for startups, e-commerce tips, then the part of the content that I'm writing about, the part that's about small businesses, is only going to be maybe 10% of that page. Whereas if a competitor builds a page just about small businesses, Google's going to go, well, if I send them to there, they're going to get everything they need on one page without having to read through lots of different stuff, and it's going to be very specific and tailored. However, Hike, they've just created one page. So it's going to promote whoever's got there's other factors, but these are very important factors, whoever's got the most relevant content. So have a look at making sure that you've got keywords that are aligned to pages. Also, another thing is you can't optimize the same keyword on more than one page. And this is something that we see a lot of small businesses do a lot. So let's say I wanted to rank for SEO software. Intuitively, you'd think, I just want to add SEO software everywhere. I want to optimize it on my homepage, my blog pages. I want to put it on my service pages, because I want to tell Google, hey, if someone searches it, I want Hike to come up. But it doesn't quite work that way, because you're kind of doing the opposite for Google, because Google's going to go, okay, you want to rank for that. What page should I show the user? And Google gets confused, is probably the easiest way of saying it. Google doesn't really know which one, or instead it tries to show too many, or it picks one, but it doesn't have the value, because that value has been diluted across all of those pages. So make sure when you're building out your sitemap that you're thinking about, okay, what are the keywords I want to rank for? What's my current page structure? What new pages do I need to create? Then you press Save Sitemap. It's going to regenerate your actions. So I'm just going to quickly go to content before I do that. Content, if you've got a blog, brilliant. If you haven't, then it's something to definitely think about. Blogs are great because they help you target keywords that you can't target elsewhere on your site. And target customers is very difficult to target if you don't have a blog or some form of creating long form content. You ideally, if you imagine, right, the best SEO, you want to target your customers no matter what they're going to do on Google. Some of them are going to go to Google and they're going to search for exactly what you need, what you do. So some people are going to go to Google and they're going to search small business SEO software. And Hike wants to be right at the top there, or DIY SEO platform, and Hike wants to be right at the top. Some people are going to go to Google and they're going to search by features. So they might search keyword tracker for small business, or backlink tool for small businesses. And also we want to be at the top there. So that's 2 different types of searches. But then there are going to be some customers that don't even know what they need yet. They're going to go to Google and they're going to have questions like, how do I get more traffic to my website? You know, how can I move up higher in Google? They might not even know that software exists for them in their niche, but they're in Google and they're searching for it. Now, this is where you target those types of people through a blog and through blog content. So by doing that, by having those 2 sides of your website, you're really encompassing the entire spectrum of your potential customer searches. And a great way that you can do it is you click this little button here, because you want to find what the questions people are asking. So you come into here and you press this little blue button and you search for a content topic. And then what Hike's going to do is it's going to pull back recommendations from 3 sources. From Google, so questions that people are actually asking in Google, in Twitter, and what kind of content they consume on YouTube. All of these are really, really good for helping you to understand where your customers, what questions they're asking, where their difficulties are, and the kind of content that you can produce in order to drive traffic from that type of audience. So that's really, really important. All of them, when you click the add button, it's all added to your content scrapboard. You can see, like I've done here, what I like to do is categorize them in terms of supporting the keywords I want to rank for. So every keyword I want to rank for, I want to try to create 3 to 4 blog posts that support those. So I edit the title and I add in what blog title what keyword that's going to support from that blog. So I know, hey, for my small business keywords, I want to create these 3 blog posts, link all of them to my small business page, and that's going to help me rank. So that's a good tip for helping you managing that as well. The next section I want to move on to is competition. This is something to spend a bit of time in. Really important thing that not many people know is that you get 3 credits every month in Hike. Every month that refreshes and you can add an extra competitor. So when you first join Hike, you can add in 3 competitors. Then in your second month, you get another 3 credits. You can decide to add an extra 3 competitors, or you can refresh the data on those original ones to get more up-to-date data. But do have a look at this. It's really, you can get some SEO gold from these. So you've got your first tab here, which is the keywords that that competitor ranks for. So not only is this good for you kind of benchmarking yourself against the competition, but also you can have a look and go, what are the phrases that they're using to drive traffic? So we've got all of the keywords that we found that they rank for. What page ranks? That's interesting. You might want to do some research. You know, how are they ranking? What kind of content are they creating? What position they rank for in Google? What the search volume is for that phrase. So if I sort it, you can sort these. So if you click on it, you can see some of the bigger phrases. So this keyword here, 301 redirect, 1900 searches a month. They rank in position 1 for that. And this is the page that ranks. So if we were like, right, we want to rank when someone searches 301 redirect, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this page and I'm going to have a look to see what have they done well? How have they optimized their page? How much content have they created? Is it just a text page? Is there videos, there images? Is there lots of subheadings? Do they link to other areas? Really valuable that. You can do a bit of analysis and you can start to come up with some keyword ideas you didn't even think of. You know, I've spoke to many users on the platform that thought they knew how to categorize and summarize their business into those different types of keywords. They look at a competitor and the competitor's optimizing and ranking for a keyword that's brilliant. You know, it's going to really drive through their customers and they hadn't even thought about it. So really interesting to kind of spend some time there. A couple of other bits you've got traffic stats and backlinks as well. Bear in mind that, as I mentioned, this data is ran at the point in which you add that competitor. It isn't refreshed every month. If you want to refresh this data, then what you'd need to do is you'd need to click settings and use your credits to refresh the data on those websites. Cool, okay. I'm going to go next into the actions. So the strategy piece, I'd really recommend everyone to go back and revisit that. Make sure you're choosing the right keywords. Have a look with the information you've got now. Is everything that you're doing correct? Now, when you come into the actions are going to be where you actually implement the SEO that you need to do. So you've told Hike, hey Hike, these are the keywords I want to rank for. These are my really important pages. These are my competitors. These are their backlinks. Here's my website, Hike, you know, so we can go away and we can crawl it. Hike's going to take all that information. It's going to go, right, this is their current state of play in regards to SEO. This is what they want to do. Where's the gaps? Where's the bits that are missing? Where do they need to improve? And then it's going to give you actions. So every single month, what you want to be doing is you want to be coming into here and you want to be working through your actions. Now you can tell Hike how many hours per month you want to spend on your SEO. Because you probably don't want to see all of your actions every single month because there might be a lot and it might be a little bit overwhelming. You might want to actually make it achievable, the amount of SEO you're doing per month, because I know that small business owners or agencies, they don't have time to spend every day on SEO, unlike us guys. So you want to restrict that. So if you go at the top here and you click settings, you have this little hours per month button. And what you can do here is you tell Hike how many hours you can commit to your SEO per month. So it might be that, you know, in November, you haven't got much time to spend on your SEO. You maybe want to spend an hour a week, but you want to make sure for that hour a week, you've got the actions that Hike are giving you are the actions that are going to have the most bang for their buck. So you come into here and you say, right, change it to 4 hours. You click save changes down at the bottom. And now if I go back to my actions, I'm now only going to see 4 hours worth of actions. So I know now for the next month, as long as I get these 4 hours worth of actions done, I've done the 4 hours that actually had the highest priority in terms of what they're going to achieve for my SEO. And you've got this progress bar at the top. So I haven't completed any actions yet, but as you do, it will show 10%, 20%. And then you can really, it's good to keep accountability for yourself. And work your way through your actions. You know, you've got this little timer on the right, tells you how long it's going to take to complete these actions. Individual actions, you've got a timer. The color itself is the priority level. So red's the highest priority action. So make sure you do those ones first. And you're going to get lots of different types of actions. You're going to get overall keyword actions. So maybe we've spotted pages that we think you can optimize for certain keywords. We're going to find what we call platform actions or site-wide actions. So we might see that there's issues across your site in regards to optimization. It doesn't relate to a specific keyword maybe, but it's something that you want to review from an SEO point of view. Then you're going to get pages, you're going to get actions on a page-by-page basis as well that you want to go into your website and complete. When you click on these, I don't know if you guys have noticed, hopefully, you've got these 3 tabs at the top. So you've got what you need to do, but then you can also click on these 2 of why it's important. Why is it that Hike's recommending what you need to do here? Why is it that we say this will help your SEO? And then you've got how to do it, where we often provide guides on how to do that exact change on the most popular CMS platforms. But as we always say, if your CMS platform's not listed there, or you've got, you're struggling, you need any help, we will have a little live chat at the bottom that you can get in contact with us and just work your way through your actions. If you want, because sometimes it takes a long time to complete every action, you can tick this little green button here, which completes all the actions on that page at once. Or you can hide actions. For example, let's say you don't want to complete those actions because they're around a certain keyword that isn't the primary keyword, so you don't want to include in your H1 because you've already included your primary keyword, then you can just hide those actions. You don't have to complete them. And you can also see the checked items. So if we click on this, it will show you everything that we've checked from that page and whatever's good and what's bad. So yeah, that's kind of most fit when it comes to the actual actions itself. Hopefully you found that helpful. And now I want to take you down to, well, I'm going to skip just very, very quickly, Google My Business. So I'm sure a bunch of you actually focus a lot on Google My Business. You're a local business. Not all of you will be, but some of you will be. We're about to roll out our Google My Business feature. Kieran and the team have been working really hard to get this right. And I think they've done a great job. So I just want to show you it very quickly. It's going to be a new tab on the navigation. And we're going to start off with 5 sections and then extend to 6. What you're going to be able to do is essentially everything that you need to do from a Google My Business point of view, you're going to be able to do through Hike. So here, you're going to be able to edit the listing. You're going to be able to update your Google logos, your business logos, your business name, your address, your phone number, your URL, your categories, everything. And it syncs automatically with Google My Business. So you don't need to log into Google My Business. You're going to be able to ask questions and answers. And great thing about this is you can actually ask your own questions and answer them yourselves. And that gets shown on your Google My Business listing. Really, really valuable and a great way for you to manage that yourself. And you can manage all your media. So you can upload all your images, your indoor images, your outdoor images, your team images, profile, all done through here. You'll be able to check out your reviews and monitor reviews. So you'll be able to respond to reviews. You'll be able to have a look at reviews in terms of sentiment. You'll be able to filter them all. You can make sure that you've responded to everything. Keep an eye on that. This is a big one. It's scheduling Google posts. Google posts, Google pushing them a lot at the minute. And anytime Google pushes something a lot, they give you kind of additional visibility and SEO benefit because they want you to do it. So Google posts are getting a lot of traction at the moment. So what you can do in here is you can come in and you can create a new post. So say I want to create a what's new post. You can write it all out and then schedule it for a later time. That's great because what you could do is you could essentially schedule a whole year's worth of post and then you don't have to worry about it. And then you can see all your scheduled and recents. And then insights. So we pull back all Google My Business insights data. And unlike Google My Business, we can actually compare it. So you can't do that in GMB. So if I click apply now you see the comparison data. You can track your performance over time. And then citations as well, which we've already got on the platform. But yeah, that's going to be right in a couple of weeks. Let us guys know what you think. Hopefully it's going to be useful because it's definitely been a very requested feature. And then the last thing that I want to show you in the last few minutes is reporting and the keywords, because this is really what started everything off. A couple of people in the Facebook group mentioned that they didn't actually know that we had keyword tracking. And it's super, super important and probably the most important thing when it comes to seeing how your SEO is going, because that's what you ultimately SEO is for. It's about driving keywords up higher so you get more visibility and you get more traffic. So log into your keyword positions, which is just under here, reporting and keywords. What we do is we track your keywords every 2 days. So you can see where you rank at the moment, where you ranked previously. So that might be yesterday or the day before, depending on how that falls in time. Where you ranked last week and where you ranked last month. And what you want to be looking for is more greens. So the greens are basically the difference compared to currently to where you were. So we rank currently for SEO software startups number 2. Last week, we were position 4. Last month we were position 4. So we've gone up 2 positions based on that. If you want to see in a bit more detail, what you can do is you can click this little button just here and it drops down, and then you get a 3-month graph that shows you your performance over 3 months. So you can see we're ranking kind of around 12, so page 2, then we had a big jump up at the beginning of September, or 24th of September, and kind of remained there. So whether you're looking for your own website or for your clients, have a look at that. You've got this little ranking graph at the top here that shows you your average rankings. You can export, and you've got some settings as well. So yeah, definitely spend some time there having a look through your keyword rankings. Really important. It shows you what's working, what's not working, where you need to focus your time a little bit more. And I'm going to leave it there, guys. It's a couple of minutes. The Hike for Pros webinar starts in a couple of minutes. What I'm going to be doing is just going through maybe some of the additional little features in each of those areas to get a little bit more value out of it. But I hope you found this useful. I hope Kieran and Nadia have been great on the chat. Thumbs up from those guys if they have. Yeah, big thumbs up from Kieran. And send some feedback on the Facebook group. Is this something that you want to see more of? Is there areas you want me to focus more onto and go more to a deep dive? How can we give you more value so that you're getting the most out of Hike? And yeah, I might see you guys in a couple of minutes. All right, thanks everyone. Bye-bye.